Are you too lazy to read through a Wikipedia recap of 6 movies? Me too. I once spent like 30 minutes trying to understand the world of Saw and its 7 movies, but no more. Why would I do that when I can turn to YouTube and have it read to my eyeballs and ear holes in video form? So today that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a quick summary of the Child's Play series before the imminent release of the franchise's 7th movie, Cult of Chucky. Like really imminent. In fact, the movie is releasing in just a couple days as of this recording. So we're gonna get you all caught up with the series, all the murders, all the characters, and all the plots, so you can watch the new film. If you want more, if you want a super in-depth discussion and review of all these films, we did a 4-hour podcast where we talk about all 6 movies. You can go and check that out in one of these corner pop-ups. All right, here we go, let's begin. Child's Play, 1988. Child's Play is a 1988 horror film and the brainchild of Don Mancini, who wrote all 7 movies and directed 3 of them. It centers on the character of Chucky, a killer doll with the soul of a serial killer. How does that happen? Well, we open on Charles Lee Ray, aka Chucky, a criminal running from the cops, who gets shot in the ensuing gunfight. But he knows black magic and is able to put his soul into a good guy's doll before dying, which is creepy as shit even without a serial killer inside. Once there, his ultimate goal is to then transfer his soul into a young boy and have a whole new life, literally trying to replace a boy's soul. Andy is the lucky kid who gets this doll for his birthday and becomes Chucky's target. He ends up killing Andy's babysitter just because, I guess, and then gets Andy to help him kill his old accomplice who left him to die by blowing his ass up. Andy starts to get blamed for the murders and labeled a psycho who believes in talking dolls. His mom finds out the truth when Chucky attacks her and that the doll came from the store where the detective killed him in human form. The cop doesn't believe it until Chucky tries to kill him too by sticking a knife up his butt. Chucky goes for Andy and murders along the way, ending up back at their apartment for the final showdown, where the mom, cop, and Andy shoot, burn, shoot some more, keep shooting, and finally destroy his heart. Of course, no one will believe them, so they keep it a secret. Sort of. Child's Play 2, 1990. Andy's mom is now in a mental institution for trying to tell the real story, so Andy gets adopted by a foster family while the toy company tries to rebuild Chucky to prove they weren't at fault. But of course, that's not the case, and Chucky is back for more murder and fun. He finds Andy's foster home and switches out the real good guy with himself, burying Tommy in the yard. We get a repeat of the first movie where Chucky starts killing people around Andy, and of course no one believes him and he gets blamed. His stepdad, stepmom, his teacher, and the foster care administrator, Twin Peaks, all end up getting murdered. Eventually his new stepsister finds Tommy buried in the yard and realizes Andy was telling the truth all along, but she gets kidnapped and drives Chucky to find Andy. They end up at the factory that makes the dolls, and Chucky performs his little ritual, but he waited too long and can't transfer into Andy, so he just wants to murder instead. This time he gets his hand ripped off, turning it into a knife hand, kills a worker for fun, gets stitched, legs cut off, melted, and blown the fuck up. No coming back for that. Or is there? Child's Play 3, 1991. It's been 8 years since Chucky was melted to the floor and the factory is being turned back on again finally. Oh, except that Chucky's blood got into the mix and now he's reborn. Again. Andy is in a military prep school after a string of foster families, not able to cope with the horrors he's seen. So, Chucky murders the CEO of the doll company and goes out looking for Andy, mailing himself as a present. Of course, the package is intercepted by a young recruit who wants to play with the doll and becomes the new body to transfer his soul into, while being a little racist in the process.
Tyler.
Yeah. Just think. Chucky's gonna be a bro.
I don't know why he'd need that doll for a toy. Check out that sick Atari Lynx that only needed 6 AA batteries. Chucky gets thrown in the trash, so he kills the trash man. Then kills, well, doesn't kill, but scares the Colonel to death with a heart attack. Not satisfied with an easy kill, he slashes the barber's throat for fun. With the kid soldiers playing paintball war, Chucky switches out the bullets with live ammo, while Andy gets to mack in his crush, who proceeds to get kidnapped, and all hell breaks loose. Retreating to the carnival, Chucky chases his new body right into a haunted house roller coaster, getting his face cut off. Finally, on a volcano of skulls, Andy shoots off Chucky's arm, cuts off his remaining hand, and throws his ass into a giant fan to make a fine Chucky puree. Bride of Chucky, 1998. So this movie is responsible for the new Chucky look that adorns most modern art and toys, that stitched up face look. It's basically the new default look for the character in pop culture, and also the point the series became much more comedic. We start with Chucky's ex-girlfriend. Remember, he was human at some point, getting his remains from police evidence by using boobs to trick some idiot cop to give them to her. Putting him back together and performing some voodoo brings back Chucky again, not before getting humped in the process. Here's one simple rule for women out there. If a guy's a piece of shit, he's always gonna be a piece of shit. They never change. As payback, he puts her in a doll too, so they can be together and have doll-on-doll sex.
I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel like Pinocchio here. I am anatomically correct, you know.
Ew. To get out of these toy bodies, they need an amulet on Chucky's human body. So, you know what? Long story short, they hitch a ride to go exhume his body and try to become teenagers again after shooting John Ritter in the face with nails, smoking some weed, and blowing up a cop car with the cop in it.
Rude fucking doll.
Anyways, with Tiffany burnt to shit, she backstabs Chucky, literally, to try and save the young couple because she realizes how bad they are and deserve to go to hell.
Don't you see? We belong dead. I'll see you in hell.
We get a cool doll fight where Chucky kills Tiffany and then gets shot himself, ending this nightmare. Oh wait, Tiffany was pregnant. Seriously. Seed of Chucky, 2004. This movie. Okay. This movie? Strap yourself in, it's a wild ride. Seed of Chucky is about Tiffany and Chucky's child that isn't sure if he's a boy or girl since there are no genitalia, yet he pees in his pants.
And now you're pissing your pants.
And if she is evil or good. Glenn/Glenda travels to Hollywood to meet his parents, who are the stars of a new movie, and uses the amulet to resurrect them so they can murder Tony Gardner. Jennifer Tilly plays herself in a very fourth wall breaking weird parody of Hollywood, but she's also Tiffany, so yeah. Tiffany is going to transfer herself into her old body, which isn't actually her old body because it's Jennifer Tilly. And Chucky is going to be Redman. Yeah, like I said, this movie. Glenda tries to convince her parents not to kill and be good, but they go kill Britney Spears and John Waters because he had pictures of Chucky masturbating.
A masturbating midget?
Which they then use to inseminate Jennifer Tilly with using a turkey baster. Told you, it's crazy. Since this is doll pregnancy, it manifests itself within 2 days apparently. They tie her up, kill Redman, Glenda goes evil and kills Joan, and the birth results in twins, one boy and one girl, so Glenn can decide what she wants. But Chucky likes being a killer doll.
I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it!
And they get a divorce, causing Chucky to murder Tiffany, so Glenn does karate on Chucky, killing him by cutting all his limbs and head off. Turns out Tiffany transferred herself into Miss Tilly before dying, and her kids become Glenn and Glenda, one good and one evil. I don't even know at this point. Curse of Chucky, 2013. So, it's been 25 years since Charles Lee Ray was turned into a good guy doll, and he's back again to exact some revenge, but he looks different. He mails himself to a house with a mother, Sarah, and daughter, Nika, who is a paraplegic and stuck in a wheelchair. Chucky makes quick work of the mother, then goes dormant again until more people show up. Her sister's husband, along with her daughter Alice, and a nanny come stay for a while, as well as a priest for some reason. Without much hesitation, Chucky proceeds to get around to poisoning the priest who gets in a car crash, electrocuting the nanny, digging out the sister's eyeball, and axing the husband while Nika did some internet research about Chucky, realizing he's actually a killer doll. Turns out he was just wearing a mask, and the old stitched up Chucky was still in there. So why is he here? Well, it turns out Chucky had killed Nika's dad when he was still human, and was in love with her mom, who was pregnant at the time. Since the mom didn't want any part of it, he stabbed her in the stomach, causing Nika's need for the wheelchair, which is sort of the start of the first movie. Kind of a retcon, but it's fine. Police show up, Nika gets sent to a mental institution, that happens a lot, and we get a throwback to Bride of Chucky where Tiffany shows up again, killing a cop to get Chucky.
They never learn.
Mailing him back to the little girl Alice who survived all of the mayhem, he proceeds to transfer himself into her, maybe. It has a weird cut to black with the grandma not being dead. Whatever. All that matters is the after credits scene when Chucky is mailed again to some random guy, who is frickin' Andy from the first movies. And he's ready for Chucky with a nice shotgun to the face.
Play with this.
Andy!
Awesome. So that's it. We're all caught up now, ready for Cult of Chucky. See Andy return to the series along with Nika to exact some revenge. See you there. So if you watch this and you've already gone back and you listened to that podcast we talked about and you're still thirsty for more, come join us again in a few days. We're going to sit down and do a video conversation about Cult of Chucky. And if you're visiting us for the first time and you're really into this stuff, consider visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/alpharookie. All right, thanks guys. See you next time.